Grande Prairie. This is Councillor Thiessen hanging out at the Community Orchard in Country Club Estates, one of our more recently planted orchards here in the city of Grande Prairie. I'm here with my friend from Parks. No introductions necessary. Amy Needham. And we got our potato sacks that you saw us plant not too long ago, and we're going to harvest them now, I guess. Is that what we're going to do?
That is what we're going to do.
Yes!
We're very excited.
I'm very excited.
Here's what to look for when you think your potatoes are ready to harvest. You want your potatoes to be touched by a light frost. They may as well stay growing as long as they possibly can. So don't bother harvesting them until they've been touched by frost and they're ready to go. They kind of look a little bit sad. Pick up your grow bag.
I got it.
Turn it over.
Turn it over? I'm not going to hurt the potatoes, am I?
No, you're not going to hurt
All right.
the potatoes. Dump it out.
Dump it out. Whoa! I got Pete.
All right, see what you got.
Oh, potatoes! I got dinner for tonight. I love it. Oh, that one, that's the original potato right there. That's where all of these suckers came from. Goodness, I got a haul. Now Amy is going to show me how to harvest a potato because honestly, I've never done it before.
Well, first I'm going to describe to people what to look for when it's time to harvest their potatoes. So we got a potato here. It looks like it got hit a little bit by the frost that we had a few days ago. And that's kind of what you're looking for, is the tops to be dying back when it's time to harvest, because they're come to the end of their life. They've grown as much as they're going to grow, and it's time to see what's under the ground. So Chris, I'm going to get you to stand up and go over
I'm
here.
excited. Right over here.
I want you to sink the fork as deep as you can.
Oh, that's tough
Right
soil.
about here, you want to be about 6 inches to a foot back from the actual plant. Okay, and then as he pulls backwards, I'm going to pull the plant out of the way. All right. Oh no. All right, that is gone. Of looking for potatoes. Now it becomes kind of an exercise in what are you going to find underneath. Look at these. Holy smokes.
It's a scavenger hunt of potato gold.
Generally, there'll be no potatoes formed above the seed potato that you planted. So if you ever go down and you find a little rotten potato and it looks like the one that you planted, that's about as deep as you can go. That's why we hill potatoes. We pile the soil up above the ground around potato plants, is to make them form more potatoes above ground. In the potatoes we just dug, we've noticed that there are some holes from a pest of some kind. Now, if you dig up your potatoes and you do find things like this, don't panic. It could be holes from a pest, an insect pest. It could be potato scab. In general, the potato is still good to eat. It's fine. You just cut out the parts that are affected, or if it's potato scab, it'll be on the surface and you just peel the potato. The rest of the potato, if it's white and if it's not rotten, you're good to go.
All right, so we harvested our first potato plant and we also did our 2 potato bags. Now, something that I noticed that was really apparent was that my potatoes in the plant turned out to be a lot bigger in comparison to the ones that we did in the potato bag. Now, why is that, Amy?
You're going to get different sizes of potatoes based on things like the amount of light, the amount of water, the amount of space, and the nutrients of the soil. There's a lot of things that affect the number and the size of potatoes that you get. The important things to know is that any size of potato is totally edible. You can totally eat it. Another thing that's important to know is that they're edible straight out of the ground. You don't have to cure your potatoes in the sun if you don't want to. It might affect their shelf life, so they might not keep as long, but they're perfectly edible straight out of the ground. Give them a wash and they're good to go.
So what we're talking about now is potato storage. Amy, how should I store my potatoes? Like right on the counter in a bowl or in the fridge?
Not a good idea to keep your potatoes exposed to light. Don't keep them in the fridge. They're good in a cool, dark place. A good place to keep your potatoes, if you have a paper bag, put them in a paper bag, fold up the top, store them somewhere dark in a dark cupboard or somewhere like that. Exposing your potatoes to light, you'll see it start to form a green tinge on the skin of the potato. It's slightly toxic when they turn green, so always be sure if your potatoes do start to turn green, you don't have to throw them out per se, but you do need to cut that part off.
All right, Grande Prairie, that's a wrap for the 2020 season of GPGrows here from the city of Grande Prairie. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking part in this wonderful programming that's being offered through environmental stewardship in our Parks Department. I'd like to encourage you, if you still have time, to at least take a gander and check out the community orchards in your neighborhood. By all accounts here, it looks like this one has been well picked over and people are enjoying the fruits of our labor. And if you have any ideas, please, by all means, send it to us on our Facebook page, snap a post, hashtag GPGrows on the Instagram or on the Twitter, and or contact the Citizen Contact Center at 538-0300 for any ideas that you want to see included in next year's GPGrows programming. Until then, this is Chris Thiessen asking you to have a glorious day and keep your garden growing.